Okay, let's draw more with some Keiichi Maebara. This is just a quick tutorial. So here I just marked his different hair parts. I'm gonna go more on that on the model. Okay, so first is part number 1. That's like this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to mark volumes first. Okay, hold on. So here's a big circle for part 1. Here's a big circle for part 2. Here's a big circle for part 3. So part 1, it curls a little bit below his ears. And so does part 3. Part 3 and part 1 actually split into 2. Actually, and then there are like extra tufts over here on the sides. So yeah, parts 1 and part 3 don't actually start at the front of his head. They start, like if you go like side view like this, they start in the middle over here. I mean, not that side, that's where they're located. So, yeah, just remember that. Like the parts 1 and 3 go all the way to the side. That's why I'm just adding some extra definition here. And the back of Keiichi's head is flat. It's flat like the earth. I'm kidding. Don't block me. So I'm just gonna add that it's flat at the back, just adding a little variation in the hair. Okay, so now, okay. Yeah, here are Keiichi's ears. And so he has the tufts of his hair that are coming from the back actually go below his ears, and there are 2 parts. And I'm just gonna, okay, so now in between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, he has like another smaller hair tuft that's like this. And then even with the smaller hair tufts, even on like so between 1 and 2. Okay, so that's 4 and 5, and then hold on, give me 1 second. And then on part 1, he has another little bitty hair tuft tucked in over here, and he also does on part 3. So I know it doesn't really look like him right now, but let's just reduce the opacity here. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. I think I drew it a bit too small. Oh, this is just volumes. So now we're just gonna draw. Wait, but before I do that, let me just label the numbers again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the extra little tuft tucked over here, 6, and then the one over here is 7. So I just wanted to label that. So yeah, I would recommend first doing like the littler tufts just to get in that complexity. Oh wait, hold on. This one was too little. I'm making like, this is a more simplified version for the tutorial. So yeah, so this is 4 and 5. And then right now I'm drawing out 2. And then I'm going to be drawing out 1. Oops. See, it's curling a little bit below the ear over here. And now 3. I'm drawing part 3, remembering that it is actually on this and towards the middle of the side of the head, not out from the face. So I'm just drawing it like this. And then the tiny extra tufts over here. I'm drawing these over here. So I'm just gonna delete. Oh, I forgot to draw the back of his head. And then right now I'm drawing tuft 5. And then here I am drawing tuft 4. So now I'm just gonna draw basically the back of his head, which is flat. And yeah, so that's the Keiichi hair, yo. I don't know why I said yo. I'm like terminally uncool. Okay. See, now I'm erasing this. Delete that. And now we just gotta, I'm just gonna delete this line over here. I just have to thin out these strands that I drew over here because I accidentally drew them a little too thick. Oh, and I realized they're not separate from like the rest of the hair in the back. So if the view permits it, you can draw it like that. Like if it's like kind of like a side view, make sure to connect those extra little itty bitty strands over here. Do connect them to the back, to the rest of the head, because they are not, you know, they're not, what's it called? They're not separate, like, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, so now I'm going to draw, I think just, and then if you want to fill it up a little extra, you can draw some more. I'm just adding some, what's it called? I'm just adding some volume over here. I just got to erase these, just these little extra lines. Yeah, and so now we can add his face. So I'm trying to see where his eyebrows are, and so these two strands over here, these two tufts over here, which I call, was it 4 and 5? 4 and 5 will be the midpoint of his eyebrows. And his eyebrows are a little bit above his ears. And so I'm just going to draw them like this because he has eyebrows like this. Actually, no, I drew them wrong. Sorry. It's like that. And like that. But this you can change according to your own style, of course. And I guess, and then so he has like this eyelid here. And then he has the original sprite eyes. I'm drawing him with the original sprite eyes because I think that's the design that everybody likes. Hold on, I put the eye in the wrong place. And then he has this over here. And then so he, oh, oops. This needs to be a lot, oops, I messed that up. This needs to be a lot lower. I need to do that. Because remember I said, chunk number 2 finishes right above his nose. So I forgot about that. And then so his nose is over here. Or if you want the Yukishi sprite style, you could just do the 2 nostrils with the shading. And then with the Keiichi mouth over there. All right, there we go. I think on the base face, I made the chin a little too pointy. So I'm just gonna erase that, and I'm just gonna go like this. This looks like Keiichi, right? I think he does. I think it does. But I might be biased, because it is my drawing. So I'm just gonna erase these ears now, because they will not be visible, with the tufts of hair. And I just realized I have to make another adjustment to the back. There's something I was not aware of, and it's that, like, Keiichi actually has another tuft of hair behind 1 and 3. And so I'll call those 7 and 8. So what it's just another tuft like this, but it's not gonna go out that much. It's just like that, and then it's just like that, and then the back of his head. There we go. I think that was definitely the missing element. Yep, so this is Keiichi Maebara, dudes. Let me see if I can just add some complexity to the eyes over here. And then just and I'm just gonna make these sparse lines just to make them look great from a glance. That didn't really work, so I am deleting that. I think it just looks epic just like this. And then, oh yeah, so so when you're shading or rendering, if that's what you like to do, just remember that the parts that push out in Keiichi's hair are here. So these are always going to be lighter, and then the bottom parts of his hair are going to have more shadow, like this. Even if he's standing in direct sunlight, this is what it's going to look like, because these bottom parts are naturally closer towards his face. And then of course over here, because these two giant tufts of hair over here is going to cast a shadow. And then we'll just add a little bit of shadow on the back. Reduce that opacity, just to give it some extra complexity, why not? And then so I'm just gonna do some more shading for the aesthetic. This isn't really part of the tutorial, but you're welcome to watch along if you have nothing better to do. So if you're a One Day Cry fan, you probably don't. Kidding. Oh yeah. And then his head is so big, so in general it's always like a good rule of thumb just to add some shading on the sides of the neck, cause it's like Higurashi characters in general, their hair is so big. Like their hair is so big, which makes their head big. Which means that, if you want to add a little more pizzazz to your Higurashi drawings, it's always a pretty, no, I don't want to say always, because I don't want to write myself to that, but almost always it's a pretty good bet to add some more rendering on the neck, and and that will solve it. Yeah, I just added his ears, and I'm just gonna add a line over here. Actually, no, that's not right, because the neck muscles are like this, and then I'm just gonna add an Adam's apple. That was kind of weird. Oh wait, no, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, I'll just add it like this to not make it too emphasized. And I'm just gonna fill in the eyes a bit more over here, and then over here. And okay, we're gonna mirror it. Oh god, I need to fix some things, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as I feared. So I'm just going to, hold on, I gotta make his eye, I'll make his eye more like, make his eye go more out, and then end that over here, and then end that over here. And then I just have to rotate his mouth a little bit. Oops. No, rotate. I said rotate. Alright, there we go. And I just have to give him some more cheek over here. More than that. And hold on. Like this. Yeah, okay, now the line was just naturally thicker over there, so maybe I'll give his neck some more shadow, and then just reinforce the color over here. Yeah, so that is Keiichi. I think this is a little harsh, so I'm just gonna reduce it. Yeah. So that is him. I'm just gonna add a little bit more spikes, just because I can. And yeah, so this is our final version of Keiichi Maebara. And I'm gonna stop recording now.